Just want to go live on TikTok as well, eh?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone, and I hope you are ready for this session that we're going to have this morning. I don't know your part of the town. Mine is raining now. It just started raining. Hopefully, we're not hit with load shedding. So this morning, we're joined by Ms. Fikile Nkosi, who will be giving a presentation on financial checklist. And this financial checklist will involve you personally, the business, and in general as well. So we're looking forward to knowing what we need to do so that we can sustain our financial wellness. And as we talk about the financial checklist, just make sure that you also comfortable and writing down questions that you might have for her. I know some of you are connecting on YouTube and some are connecting on LinkedIn, but if you connect here on this platform, you'll be able to ask the questions. So without further ado, we want to welcome Ms. Fikile Nkosi to the stage so that she can do what she knows what to do. Oh, you found your glasses.
I found my glasses now. I had to. I can't see anything.
That is awesome. Now you can see me clearly.
Now I can see you clearly. I can see everybody clearly. Thank you for the warm welcome, Nero.
Yes.
I mean, we've been doing this together for quite some time now since lockdown. And yes, we thank the audience as well for joining us. We appreciate them joining us as well, wherever they are, whether they are from around the world. Today, I'm screening as well live on TikTok, on my TikTok page. It's fpp.nkosi. You can join me if you want. You can join me there on TikTok. Nero, where are you streaming us today?
We're streaming on YouTube and LinkedIn.
You're now streaming us on YouTube and LinkedIn. Want to share with some viewers that are listening on my TikTok now, or if they would like to join on YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube, it will be Get Informed 2. Get Informed 2.
Get Informed 2. So if you want to join us live on YouTube, it's Get Informed YouTube. And LinkedIn, you can go on my LinkedIn page. Or you can join Noah Murapeti Productions on LinkedIn. You will be able to see us live. So like Noah has said on his introduction, it's about financial checklist. One thing I find is more important for us when we approaching this season, whether you are in business, whether you are doing your financial planning, I think this mostly will assist you when you do like on your personal level. So on the financial checklist, you need to enjoy the holidays. It's time for where people want to have a peace of mind, and you need to do some things now so that you do have that peace of mind as you enjoy the holidays. And you need to make sure that your financial affairs are in order, so you'll be able to relax, you'll be able to enjoy a worry-free holiday. So what is it that you need to know, or what is it that you need to have in place? Let's start by your will. Just check your will. You might have a will in place, but it hasn't been signed for quite some time. You might haven't even reviewed it. So I think now it's the best time for you to revisit your will. You have to check if it is signed, it is up to date, it is stored in a safer place, like with your trust company or with your bank, if you're keeping your will in the bank. If you don't have a will in place, obviously, you've got me, I've got your back. So you can contact me. We can have a conversation about your will and make sure that you have your estate planned and in order before you go visit on a holiday. The second thing that you have to look for is if you will be driving. Most of us are driving. During this season, you want to travel driving. Things that you need to do is you have to check your vehicle insurance. Is it up to date? Is your premiums paid in full? Because we make a mistake of not checking if our premiums are paid. And when we encounter situations where we need to claim, you go to the insurance company and only to find that your premiums are not up to date, and they will say they are not paying, or if you're lucky enough, they will allow you to actually pay the premiums for it to be covered if it hasn't lapsed. And another thing that you have to look at is liquidity on your estate. So do you have enough liquidity in your estate to support your loved ones should something happen to you? We don't want to, I don't want to put it in a way that that sounds like I'm not, I don't know which better English word to use. But during this time, we forget that anything can happen to us. We may lose our lives as we are enjoying holidays. So what is it that we have to look at? We have to look at the liquidity on our estate. Do we have enough on our estate to support our loved ones should anything happen to us? If we don't have, what is it that we can do? You can sit down with your advisor. You can sit down with your financial planner. You can contact me if you want to check, just to double check and confirm if you've got enough liquidity on your estate. So that's another thing that we have to look at. And another thing is, there's a lot of accidents during this time. We know the stats are reporting out there. There's a number of deaths that happened during the December holidays. And the things that you need to check is, do I have a funeral cover? If I have, or do I have an accidental cover? If I have it in place, is it paid up? Like the premiums, are they paid in full? Won't my family have any problems when anything happens to me and they need to claim? Those are the things that we have to look at when it comes to that. And again, another thing that we tend to forget. So things do change in life. And if you took up a life cover a year, 2 years ago, you will find that you never checked your beneficiaries. If the people you wanted to benefit on your estate back in the day are still the same people that you want to benefit on your estate today. So the best thing to do at this stage is you revisit your what is it that is called the life cover, the policy document, your policy document. You revisit them. You just check if the beneficiaries are up to date, if their date of birth or their ID numbers are on the benefit, on your policy documents. If not, just contact whoever is your financial advisor or whoever is your financial service provider to ensure that the beneficiaries are up to date and everything will be distributed according to your will. And another thing that you need to check is your short-term insurance cover. So we will be visiting, we are driving, that the insurance falls under the short-term insurance cover. And does it cover all your possessions? You can lose your camera, you can lose your phone, you can lose so much during this holiday season. So you need to make sure that you are not disadvantaged should you lose, should you lose your laptop as you are traveling. Do you have to pay for a new laptop, or your short-term insurance cover covers all that, your possessions, whether in the house or outside of the house? And another thing that you have to look at are your portfolio documents. In my experience, I have encountered a number of people, who will say, no, I do have my policies, I've got my financial plan. And when you ask them, should anything happen to you today, will your family members or will your executor be able to access your documents, as in without any hassle? Are they in a safe place where somebody will lead them to that? Or where your executor, if you chose your partner or you chose one of your family members to be your executor, or you've got your lawyers or whoever you chose to be your executor, do they know where your portfolio documents are? Are they stored in a safe place? Are they up to date? So those are the things that you have to look at, whether it's as an individual or in business. We've got business partners. We need to make sure that our estate as a business are we've got our ducks in a row. So in business, you can use almost a similar checklist that you use in your personal life. Like if you having a business partner, do you have a buy and sell in your business? Do you know what if anything happens to your partner? Do you know whether you will be liable for all the debts of the business, or do you know if there is money that's going to come through to cover your business as liability? So those are the things that you have to look at as well as if you are in business. And another thing that is important for you to look at when you have a business partner is that who is going to benefit? Will you allow maybe the partner of your business partner to join in, or do you want to buy them out of the business should one of your partner dismiss, so those are the things that you have to look at. Basically, that's one, that's as a whole, this is what you have to look at in your financial checklist. For the financial checklist, later we'll discuss the holiday checklist of what is it that you need to do just to make sure that you protect your estate, you protect your finances during this time. I can accept questions if you've got any. Hi, everyone on TikTok. Yes, I know that there are people that I ignored. I'm not accepting a guess for now. I won't be accepting guests for now. So yes, please type your question. My moderator will check on my questions and then I will revert to you. And yes, Newo, is there anybody who's got questions on YouTube or on LinkedIn? They can raise their question based on the financial checklist before we move to the holiday checklist.
Currently, we don't have any questions yet. Maybe
we don't have any. Do you have any? I mean, you heard me talking. I've been talking.
Man, I do have questions.
Yes.
And I hope you'll be able to answer the question.
If I'm not able to answer, we'll take it offline.
We'll see about it.
Yeah.
So I hear you spoke about premiums, your car insurance premiums. You also spoke about funeral cover and the policies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question I do have on this regard, I know at one point I used my dad's what do you call it? My dad's car.
Yeah.
To travel across the board. So we needed to have papers ready for that. When you get to the border, they say they want ownership, yes, and all of those.
Insurance has to confirm.
And the insurance,
it will cover you when you should anything happen to the car when you are across the border of South Africa. Yes.
Yes. So it is important that we do have those. But now, what happens when, in terms of the premiums, and you skipped one premium?
You skipped one premium. It will be the financial service provides discrepancy in this case because the policy hasn't lapsed. It could be that you maybe you forgot, there was a glitch in the bank, or you forgot to make the payment. One premium is not really an issue for them not to cover, but it happens that you forgot to pay. Maybe the policy was about to lapse. So you skipped almost two premiums. Or you skipped the previous month's premium, and now you need to pay a double premium on the following month, and you still forgot. They contact you. Usually the insurance companies will contact you to remind you that, look, we didn't get money this month. And you can give them the story, or you can run away from taking the calls, because that's what people do. You run away from taking that call. Instead of you saying, look, I'm facing financial challenges. I don't want my premiums to lapse. Is there a way of me securing this? I don't want anything to happen to my policy. So we, as people, we tend to run away from doing that and say, I'll see them probably next month or a month after, or then. If the policy hasn't lapsed yet, you're still in a safe space. But if you've missed two premiums, hey, your family members should run to make the payment
That
before
is true.
before you submit the claim, because if the I mean, you're breaking the contracts that you've got with the financial service provider.
Yeah.
First off,
Yeah.
by not even talking to them, you are putting them in a tight spot.
Yeah.
Hence, most people you find, I think you've heard this now, where people are saying insurances don't pay. Most of the time, I have to fight for insurance to pay. But when you look at each case in detail, you find that it's not that the insurance company didn't want to pay. It could be that it's
Yes.
the same issue that you're raising, that you
Yeah.
missed the premium. You
Mm.
missed the premium, you didn't communicate with them, or when they tried to communicate with you, you were not available. And then now
Yeah.
you come and
Yeah.
claim. So
Yeah.
they will put it on hold. They will need to investigate. They will need to make sure that they're not losing money. I mean, an insurance company is a business at the same time. As much
Yeah.
as they are a risk management for you, they are a business as well. They need to make money. So you need
Okay.
to make sure that you honor the contract that you have between the two of you.
That's very interesting, and obviously these are the things that when you sign a contract, they specify, and you need to be very careful that you read through them,
That's
because
true.
putting on your signature, it means that you comply to the terms and conditions. Now, you also spoke about the policies, changing beneficiaries. And throughout the year we have so many things going on, and especially now we with this pandemic, we're losing our loved ones and all of those, and it might happen that in the process those beneficiaries are no longer there because of the effects of the pandemic.
Yes.
um, what will the insurance do now, or the policy do? Will they redirect the funds straight to you, or can you choose a beneficiary at that point in time, or it needs to be done before?
Okay, so it has to be done. When you're talking about policies, I just need to ensure that I understand your question correctly now.
Yeah.
When you're talking policies, now we're talking life cover. I'm talking beneficiaries in terms of your life cover. So
Yeah.
one thing you need to know is that in a life cover, you
Mm.
need to appoint beneficiaries. Or
Yes.
if you don't have any beneficiaries, or if
Mm.
your beneficiaries pass on and you didn't update it, it will automatically fall under your estate.
Yeah.
Remember, when you pass on, your estate, it gets wind down. Everything, your partner won't be able to access your estate
Yeah.
until they have a will, or you've got an executor. So it becomes a long process, especially if you don't have a will in place. So if you haven't appointed beneficiaries, then it will fall under your estate. It will be
Mm.
difficult for your partner to deal with your estate, because now there's lawyers that are involved. There's high court, there's master's fees that are involved in your passing. There's funeral covers that needs to be paid. So if you
Mm.
don't have anybody to do that, everything has to be done by the court, and it needs payment. Your lawyers have to deal with the
Yeah.
estate, and it needs payment. Where is that payment going to come from? So
Mm.
if you appoint
Mm.
beneficiaries, it
Mm.
makes things easier for whoever is going to look after your estate to access the money immediately after your passing. So when they put in the claim, it doesn't go to your estate; it goes to the beneficiary that you've appointed. So it
Yeah.
will be easier for for the beneficiaries to pay for all these costs that comes with you passing.
Very interesting. Funeral covers.
Yes. The topic for another day that I'm not really fond of, but hey,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
seems that we have
This
to put
one.
it out there. Yes.
This one is a touchy subject because, yeah, like I said, we lost so many of our loved ones, and if you don't have a funeral cover, it becomes a challenge.
Yes.
But also, it can also be a challenge having a funeral cover.
Hmm.
Now, the question I have on this portion:
Hmm.
can you have multiple funeral covers?
You can have as many funeral covers as you like, as long as you don't exceed the limits, because some you
What's
find
the
that
limit?
there's an industry limit. With funeral covers, I mean, hey, funeral covers, it's not a topic I like discussing now. So as an African, you find that I've got kids, I've got kids. I've got people who are financially dependent on me. And I take up funeral covers. I take multiple funeral covers to cover for my funeral. But what about the people that I'm leaving behind? Because that's one thing that makes me hate funeral covers, is that as Africans, I can pay 1,000 rand for funeral covers. That will pay me, probably, it will pay me 150,000 from here. It will pay me 50,000 from another FSP. It will pay me 20,000 from another FSP, or the other one will be paying for the box and the cow and whatnot. To me, those things are not really important. What's important are my kids. To say, who's going to look after them when I'm gone? Yes, they can bury me with those 150,000 rands. And what then? Will they be able to go to school with that 150,000 rand after my funeral? You can have as many funeral covers as you like, and they will pay out depending on the industry limit for that financial service provider, but to me, it's not really making sense. Yes, you find that I am forced because the people who are financially dependent on me are not working. And I feel like because death comes to a family unexpectedly, when everybody is broke, and you feel that I won't even have money out of my savings, or I won't even have money to contribute in the family for that person. If it's a single person, I'm fine with you adding on your funeral cover. But if that person has got a family, now you have to stretch your thinking to say, okay, I can bury that person. Now I'm burying this person, and then I will have the kids, when he's got kids or people that are financially dependent on him, that will now fall on me. Now it will strain me financially, because now I have to take care of the people that he's leaving behind. But if my thinking is open, I won't think about the funeral cover. I will think about, okay, should anything happen to you, I would like to make sure that you've got a plan in place to look after your children, or to look after your family that is financially dependent on you.
Yeah.
As much as you are not working, I can be the premium payer, but you will be the plan holder. You will be the one person covered to make sure that your family is well taken care of.
Yeah.
So that's why I become, when you raise funeral covers, and us Africans, I have as many of funeral covers as I like, but they're not beneficial to me at the later stage. So, yes.
Very, very interesting. I like the topics that you're bringing out. It's some of the things that sometimes we shelve them,
Yes.
like you were saying, you don't like talking about funeral covers, but they have become something very close to us, and the rate that we've been losing our loved ones. I'm sure everyone is thinking about the funeral cover and the insurance covers as well. And then now the holidays are coming, and we
We
don't
might
know
lose
what's
a number of people. Fourth wave is coming. We will
exactly.
lose a number of people. We don't have to shy away. In my field now, it's a very emotional field. It's very sensitive as well, because
Yeah.
I'll share a story with with all our viewers today. I was dealing with a lady. She was my former colleague. She's got
Mm,
kids. And, I raised this issue to say, look, I know you might say you don't want. So people believe in selling policies,
yeah.
because probably they paid out of that. And I believe in financial planning to say, hey, plan your finances. You need to know what you've got in place and
Yeah.
how it's going to benefit you.
Mm,
Hence, I find myself fighting with people who are selling funeral covers, because they are only
mm,
selling you. Whether you've got 10 funeral policies in place, they don't
mm,
care. They can add a 11th one, and it's fine, because they're going to be paid. But in all honesty, am I adding any value to this person I'm interacting with? So my worry is that I need to to add value in people's life. I need to have these discussions. We don't like talking about death. I remember when my grandmom was still alive, and you mentioned the word death. in front of her, you can get a big hiding. You won't believe it. But in all honesty, we are going to die. We don't know how, we don't know when, but we do know that we will die at some point. So we need to make sure that we've got a plan in place that will take care of our loved ones.
That's true.
Whether that funeral, if you believe in funeral covers, get insight on the funeral covers as to what benefit is it making in my life. If I've got 10, yes, it's going to bury my loved ones. And then what? Like I said earlier, to say, if I've got kids, for me, it's useless to have a funeral cover. I believe in being cremated because it's cheaper than having this party of people drinking and dining and saying they are celebrating my life whatsoever. I mean, what positive impact is it making to my kids? Or to me, I'm dead. I can't hear anything, So being cremated, to me, it saves costs. First off, for my family, my kids need to survive. Doesn't matter whether my kids are still under my care or they're already old. You need to leave an estate or legacy for your kids. So in whatever age. So I need to make sure that in my plan, my kids will benefit instead of looking at when I pass on, I will be buried and they will see what they can do, So it's not only that. Like when we come to estate planning, we've got houses, we've got debts, we've got cars, all those things. You find that they are a liability instead of them being an estate. So I will be paying the bond, I will be paying the car loan, but what will happen when I pass on? Is it insured? Will the kids be left with the car or the house, or will they have to move from the house that they've been staying for like 5-10 years and to stay with relatives? So those are the things that we don't look at, and we feel like we are enriching our kids, of which in all honesty, it's not. If you do your plan correct, it's not, the insurances are not to enrich your children's life. Currently, I'm alive. My kids, when they want something, they will come to me and say, Mama, I want 1, 2, 3. And I will take it out of my pocket and give it to them. But when I'm no longer there, who are they going to go and say Mama to? So they must have a pot where they will say, oh, my mom passed on, but at least I can still go to school. I can still stay in the same house where I was staying when Mama was still alive. The bank doesn't have to repossess the car because I've planned my estate well for them to continue staying on that house, and the house has to be paid up on my passing. So it's things, it's conversations that we are scared of having, mainly because we are scared of talking about death. If I can tell you that I've lost so much during this COVID time in terms of family members, like close family members, friends, and it's actually, it's very difficult to look at what they left for their kids. Most you find that they left debts. Hence, I was narrating that this lady I was dealing with, before we could sign the papers, before I could have a second meeting with her, because she kept on postponing and saying, no, I'll see you next week. And when you call her, it's like, oh no, I forgot. How can you forget something this important? I'm not saying we can't forget, but I felt so bad. I felt like I should have pushed her a little bit harder for her to sign, because now she left her kids. She passed on. She left her kids. They don't have anything, and they don't have anybody to look after them. So it's difficult. I can't even look at the kids' eyes. When they call me, I have to think of ways of running away from them. But in my career, I say I help others to ensure that they've got their estate in order, they've got their plan in order. But you interacted with our mom, but look at us, So it's more of, I didn't do enough for them, not for their mother. Their mother is dead. There's this problem that is there. So this is something that we need to have a discussion about. We need to sit with whoever I sit with. I will preach this sermon this sermon for the longest time. But the decision is for you to make at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I see now I think we dealt enough on the you part of our
Yes.
subject, financial checklist, help for you,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and now it's help for your business.
Yes.
How does the business become sustained? Um, not just only from you passing,
Mm-hmm,
but while I'm still alive, I'm running a business. For instance, the other business that I'm running, it's the same business, but then the other uh, portion of my company
mm-hmm,
is live streaming funerals.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I've seen a lot of people spending a lot of money on that. But me running the business, I need to have more clients so that I can have money, running the business, sustaining the business.
Yeah.
How do I effectively save up for the business? How do I rationalize the money coming into my account that my business is sustained, I'm also sustained.
Mm-hmm. You're touching a very good point there. With your kind of business, not only your kind of business, in any business that is not doing buying and selling, when we're providing
Yeah,
services, you find that some months are bad months, some months are good months.
yeah,
You find you need to know that when you receive the money on your good month, it has
yeah,
to sustain you for a longer period. There's various
yes,
things that you have to look at.
yeah,
First off, that money coming in today, you didn't have it yesterday. So you don't have to spend it like you had it yesterday. You
yeah,
just have to remember that yesterday you didn't have enough. But have your budgeting, have your family budget to say, if it has to happen that I don't get any client for the next 6 months, will this money sustain me for that long? And if you've drafted your budget, stick to your budget, because most of the time I can have a budget, but not stick to it because the money is there. Putting away that money in a form of where you can't really easily access it, if I can put it. If you've got the money in the bank, it's easily accessible and you can get it. But if you've got a financial planner or a financial advisor, uh, who you will have to contact before you access that money, will sort of a little bit, not always though, a little bit discipline you, because now you will have to contact me and say, I want to access 100,000 from my account. My first question is, what is it that you need to do with that 100,000? You need to put it down. As much as I'm not controlling your money, but I need you to be open when you're doing your spending, to say, okay, I need to buy one, two, three. And I'll ask you, when we first set, you said to me, you wanted this money to last you for this long.
mm,
So what has changed since then?
mm,
And then you will tell me what has changed. But it will be more of, I want you to understand the implication of your spending. You will be able to get your 100,000 rent as you have requested me. But I need to have the conversation with you to say, but remember, if you don't have any money coming in the next 6 months, just know that you will go hungry. Just know that you will have more fights in the family, because one of the things that leads to fights in a family, it will be finances. To say, I can't buy bread. But how come you can't buy bread? Yesterday you bought me sushi, but today you can't buy me bread. How does that work? So you need to think about the people who are dependent on you. You need to think about you. So you have to put it in a place where it's not really easily accessible. I always say, if you've got a business, don't wear all the hats. We tend to wear all the hats in our businesses in a way that I end up spending my business money for my personal use, of which it's not right. I need to pay myself a salary so that I can be able to know how much is coming in the business. Is the business profitable or not? And how much I'm spending, like controlling my spending if I earn a salary from my business. So we need to make sure that as much as we wear all the hats, but we are more disciplined in terms of, I don't use the business card for my personal use. I've got somebody that will be I will account to, should I do that, as in now, not at the end of the year when I have to do tax submissions. Like today, what is it that is going to be the implication of me doing that? That's one. Two, having a financial advisor, having a financial planner is more crucial for you to be able to succeed in your business. You need to have somebody who will give you financial advice. We cannot all be financial experts. You are an expert in your field. I'm an expert on my field. So you come to me and say, look, Figile, I've made money. Your focus is you making money, but spending money, it will be just me spending money. It will be your partner spending money because there's money in the family. You gave her the card, she's using the money, because it's there. But if you've got an expert in that field to say, look, we've made this much money, and how can we best utilize our money? The first thing I'll tell you is draw up a budget. How much do you need on a monthly basis? On your expenses, living expenses, not on fun. Yes, you budget for your fun. It has to be under the budget. And if you exceed that, you know the implication of that. That's another thing that you have to look at. And again, another thing that I wanted to raise, especially when we're business owners, businesses do go under most of the time. Business I started 10 years ago is not the same business I'm in today. They do go under. And you find that if you had a business partner, some people has lost so much because their partners passed on, and they didn't have anything in place, or the partners attracted a debt and the business had to be liquidated and they lost everything.
I think we lost uh, our speaker there. Let's see if you can get her back. Well, we lost our speaker there, but most of the things were really covered, and she really laid them down for us nicely that we can think about the things we need to do in terms of financial spending, financial investment, and especially now with the holidays, people are going away. What monies are you using? Are you using the money from the bank? I mean, from the business, or the money that you save for the vacation? So these are the things that we really need to put thought on, and really, if we've done, are we doing it? Find a way to change the whole thing so that our businesses can be successful. We want to maintain our businesses. We want to maintain our lifestyles, but we don't want also to lavishly live a lifestyle that is supported by the money that needs to be invested back to the business, and then the business suffers at the end of the day. But if you are able to do so when monies are coming in, just make sure that you pay yourself a salary that will not bankrupt the business. And if you pay yourself a salary, leave the monies there. Use the one that you paid for. So thank you so much for joining us, and we were expecting to have a lot more connecting, but unfortunately, maybe because of the weather, it's raining on my side. I don't know if it's raining on your side as well. If it is and you have network connections, we really do understand. And we also want to apologize. Our YouTube streaming seems to have an issue. We're not able to start it. I don't know what happened there. But if you want to catch this, it's on our Facebook page, Get Informed Too. And later on, I'll upload it to our YouTube page Get Informed too as well, so that you can have it. So our Facebook page is Get Informed too, and we have two channels there. It's Get Informed too
Hi,
and
hi, hi. Sorry,
Life Planning.
I was before we were rudely interrupted. My phone decided to be too hot.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You needed to have left your phone this side of Joburg.
Because it's cold that side and it's raining.
You see what I'm wearing? It's cold.
I can tell. I'm wearing this because I'm live. Otherwise, I wouldn't be.
I thought of taking it off, but no. My
Yeah,
health comes
yeah,
first. I need to
yeah.
be well and ready for my
For
clients.
anything, eh? Yes,
Yeah.
we were talking. I don't know which part did I cut on, but I was talking about the things that we don't really take note of. You find that a
Mm,
business is liquidated,
yeah.
and now you have to lose everything. So when a business is liquidated, your investments fall off, whether it's personal investments or whatnot. So
Mm,
they will take them to actually cover whatever you're owing on that business. But there's a retirement annuity. It's one secured investment that one can have when you're running a business,
yeah.
because that one cannot be accessed by your creditors. And when we don't really have those discussions. If I introduce them to you, it will be more like, maybe I don't have enough information on how does it work. But a retirement annuity, as much as it's your plan for retirement, it assists you as well as a business owner to say, should anything happen to your investments or to your business, it becomes
Mm,
liquidated. What is it that you're going to do? So you're not going to lose whatever you put in your retirement annuity
mm,
to your creditors. You cannot access it until you age 55. That's the minimum retirement age in South Africa. You can only access it then, but at least you will have prevented it from being accessed by your creditors. So I will actually, personally, as a business owner, I will capitalize on that one, because I don't know when is my business gonna go under most of the time. But we do know that business does go wrong. You find that creditors once their money, you have to pay them back. But if you had an investment, say you invested 1 million rand
yeah.
offshore, we will access that. We will want your creditors to be paid out of that. But if you have that 1 million rand invested in your retirement annuity, they can't. Even if they can see that there's 1 million rand that can cover our debts, they can't
Yeah.
access it. So as much, yes, we worry most of the time to say, why would I have an investment that I can't even access? We will retire
Yeah.
at some point. We'll either pass on, or we'll retire, or a business will go under. We'll still need to have an income at the later stage. So if you
Okay.
plan your, if
A disclaimer there. We're not encouraging
a
people to
disclaimer, a
affect.
disclaimer. This is not financial advice. This is not. Whenever you get anything from my life, it's not advice. Whatever decision you make based on this, it's your decision. It's not. I'm not giving anybody financial advice.
We're just
Should you
providing
need
information.
financial? Yes, I'm just giving you information.
And
Should you
we're not
need
saying people must avert their
No, no,
responsibility
no, 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 no. I'm not
to
saying that. You
yes,
need to sit down with your financial advisor, with your
yes,
financial planner.
yeah,
The advice, if you want to make a decision based on what I say, you'd
yeah,
rather contact me, sit with me. I will be able to consult, to have a consult with you, where I
yeah.
can give you advice that is recorded. Because yes, I am guided by the FSCA of in South Africa. So hey, I don't
Mm.
want to lose my practicing license. So please.
But so where do people get you? How do they get
You
you?
can follow me on my Instagram page. It's fpp.figile. You can follow me on TikTok, fpp.figile. You
Yeah.
can follow me on Facebook. It's Financial Planning Practice by
Okay,
Figile.
I need to write this down.
You need to write it down.
I'm typing for the audience that's on
Okay, all
Facebook.
right, all right.
So what do we start with? How do they
Okay,
get
we can
hold of you?
start TikTok and Instagram. It's FPP.
FPP.
.figile.
Oh, now I'm using the wrong
At
keyboard.
figile or .figile.
FPP.
I need to go and check. I think it's FPP dot figile. Yeah, let me just
Okay.
check quickly.
Is this TikTok?
There's TikTok, yes. On my TikTok, yes, it's at fpp.figile. Same
Okay.
as on my Instagram, it's at fpp.figile.
Yeah.
And
So this
on
is in
my
TikTok.
TikTok and Instagram is the same at fpp.figile. And on Facebook, it's Financial Planning Practice by Figile. You can follow me on LinkedIn. It's Figile Nkosi.
By Figile.
Oh, you see my face? So yes, you will be able to see me on LinkedIn.
All right. No, that's
Yes,
fine. I
yes.
think they'll get more information from you there.
Yes, they can get. I can. That's when I can share my my contact details
Yeah.
as well with whoever. You can actually schedule a meeting with me on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
You can just draft and say, please give me a call. Then we can do that. We can have a discussion.
All right.
Yes.
You see, I'm trying to be a good boy. I was
I
writing
can
it.
see, hey, I can see. You're always a good boy, Neo.
Well, I try.
You're always a good boy. So it is great.
Thank you
Yes.
so much for this
Yes.
information. We really enjoyed it. And I hope the audience as well will be able to use it effectively for their personally and also for the business. And we're hoping to have more of these discussions in future. But I think we'll take a break
Yep.
for this year. You know,
Are we
as
done for
everyone
the
is
year? Hey,
winding
we're
down.
already in December. Everybody's on
So,
holiday. So
so,
yes, we
so
will come back in
some of
January.
us are streaming from a holiday home. Can you imagine?
Hey, can you tell the background is different?
I can tell the background. Hey, some of us are stuck in studios, so
I know.
no
We're
no
done for
sleep
the
for the
year, no.
wicked.
And thank you. It's been a good year, I must say. Since we started, I think we've improved drastically to where
Yeah,
we are
yeah,
today. And I am
yes,
very
yes,
proud of your work. You've been doing great. You've been doing great. But we will resume with this January. I know that people
yeah,
will have New Year's resolutions. That's
yeah.
when we can sit down and have a proper financial plan
Do
as
you
to how
do
are you
do you
planning
think
to
we still
spend.
have those New
Yeah,
Year's
people,
resolutions?
we always dream of whatever we want to do in the new year.
Not the
But
meme that's going around.
I know.
There's a meme that's going around and asking questions. What do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
No, we don't have those. I don't see myself anywhere in 5 years because I might be dead.
I haven't seen them since the pandemic.
Exactly.
The only thing that I'm seeing is, well, whatever you said, you lied. Look at where you are
That's
now.
true. Actually,
Yeah.
imagine how true this is. Whatever
Mm,
I say in January is different from the outcome in December. Every
yeah.
year, you know,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
because probably we don't have a check in to say, okay, am I still in track? Because that's what
Yeah.
happens with financial planning. You need to be in track. In track. You know,
Mm,
if you've got a plan at the beginning of the year, you need to sit down maybe 2 3 months later to say, okay, am I in track? Am I in track of my budgeting? Am I
yeah.
sticking to my budget?
Yeah.
Is it what I wanted when the year started, the same as what I want today? You know, so
Let
we
me
need to
jump in
check
there.
in.
Let
Yes.
me jump in there. Is it now important to have long-term goals, or are we all about short-term goals? Because we don't know the future anymore. Yeah.
No, I will come to you personally now
May- may-
with
Maybe
our beliefs.
maybe that will
I
be a
mean,
topic for the next show. Hey, what do you think?
yeah, yes, I think so.
Short-term
But
goals,
hey,
long-term goals.
briefly, we
What
can
matters
say
more? Yeah.
everything matters. It
Yeah.
matters to have a
Yeah.
long term goal because we don't know. If you ask me before I had COVID, I'll tell you that I need to plan for today. But I didn't pass on during that time. I'm still
Mm,
here. If I had decided to spend everything I had then, I will be in trouble today. So it
Yeah.
is important to have all your plans. Just know as to, okay, should this happen, this is where I'm going to be. And should this happen, this is where I'm going to be. Hence, we're planning retirement. I never thought I will get to a retirement age, but looks like I'm getting closer to retirement. So it's something that you don't look at when you're still young, especially to say, hey,
Yeah.
retirement, when is
I
that?
think that
You know?
I think I
So
took
yes.
I think I went for a retirement. What do you call this? I took my retirement early. Yeah, early
Early
retirement. That's what they call.
retirement. Yes. But don't you need income now? Because you know that's one thing that we forget to do. At
Mm,
retirement, you still need to eat. You still need to
exactly.
pay for medical expenses. You know, you still need petrol, electricity, all the day-to-day
Mm,
living expenses
mm,
will still be there. As much as you
yeah.
are not working, it's still there, you know. So you need to know today as to, should I get to retirement? Where will I get
Yeah.
the income from? Of which it's
Yeah.
a mistake that most South Africans are making. I'll speak
Mm,
of South Africans because I'm in South Africa, and according to the stats, only 6% of South Africans are managing to retire successfully. Because, and all those on that 6%, it's because they had financial advice when they were still growing up, when they were
mm,
still working to plan for their retirement. So you can imagine being forced to work until you're 80, 90, when you can't do it anymore just because you failed to plan for long term. Yes, there's COVID. We don't know when COVID is going to go, whether it's going to go, but it doesn't mean that we don't have to plan long term. We still have to
yeah.
have that long term plan. We still have
Yeah.
to have the short term plan again, like we used to live. It's just that we need to restructure how we plan our life as
Mm.
compared to when we were planning our lives before COVID.
Oh, thank you so much. That was very informative. We really thank you for taking your time off from your vacation to
Now I
do
can
this
go
for us.
back to my shots and my everything and then go enjoy the tours.
We don't know if you're wearing shorts already, but it's fine. We need to
You
do the
won't
care
know.
for the camera.
You won't know. That's why I love virtual.
The beauty about virtual, you just need to
This is
prepare
the
yourself
beauty about
just
virtual.
up to
Only
here.
the top part is gonna
That's
be
it.
looking good, and then the
That's
rest,
it.
you deal with it. Thank you
Yeah,
very much, Noah. Thank
don't
you very
forget
much
when you
for your
stand up
production
and we
company
still
as
know,
well.
hey, that outfit doesn't match at all.
With flip flops and everything, eh?
Yes, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you ever so much. I know I could always rely on you on doing this. We're hoping to have more shows to come so that we can get you informed. And also our channel, as the name says, Get Informed Too. We streaming to those channels. Now we streaming to the Facebook channel of it, part of it. It's only the YouTube that we had some struggles. I don't know what had happened there. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. I
It
cannot
could be,
always
hey.
blame
It's
the
been
weather.
raining, but I'm happy today. I think the interruption was only from my side. Usually we face this problems more often when we're streaming live. I mean,
Oh
so much
yes.
goes
Oh
on, but hey,
yes.
we have improved since 2019 up to date, eh?
Internet has been kind to me today.
Today,
I
yes, yes,
I
yes.
I think I think we need to sign up just before it gets
It cuts us.
scrambled.
Yes, I do agree with you. I do agree with you. Thank you, everybody, for listening to
All
us
right,
today. Thank you
enjoy
very
your
much, Nell.
vacation.
Will do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Have
Thanks,
a good
and
day.
thanks to everyone who connected. We really appreciate your support. And until we see you next time, my name is Nel Morabedi, and my guest Figile Ngosi. We would like to see you the following year. This was our last show for this year, and we'll see you next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Enjoy.
Nell. Have a good
All right.
evening. Bye.
All right. Bye.